Joker has been the talk of the Smash community lately, with MKLeo dominating tournaments with the unique DLC Phantom Thief, and many are even going as far as to say he may be the best character in the game. So what can you do to beat Joker? I'm G5 Cosmos for Game 5 Smash, and today I'm actually joined by a special guest to help give you the tips you'll need. Introducing Wishes.
Hey guys, I'm Wishes. I'm a Smash player from New Jersey, currently trying to switch to Joker from Trainer, as many of you know, and I'll be sharing some info on how to beat him today.
Glad to have you, Wishes. Now let's get right to the content. Starting with the neutral game, what does Joker look for in neutral, and how can you play around it?
Alright, so Joker can play in a variety of ways, and that's what makes him so good. He could be really campy or aggressive or like mix of both. So Joker's like main stuff in neutral are his Nair. It's -5 on block and can cross up, so it's super potent in neutral. So probably be throwing out that and little pokes like F tilt, cross up down tilt, and shooting his gun and AHA and all that. But what all these moves do is condition you into shield. That's what makes tomahawking such a big part of Joker's game plan, so you have to be really careful with that. The Nair and grab become kind of a 50-50, so dealing with that is kind of hard. But dealing with Nair is kind of straightforward. You either parry it with punish or cover the next option after that if you're not super confident in punishing it. It's all about observation though, and seeing how the Joker reacts to what you're doing.
Absolutely. Joker has a myriad of safe and versatile options in neutral, but he'll likely be spacing Nairs and Bears to condition you into shield, as well as looking for whiff punishes, as Joker's main goal in neutral is to find a grab so he can start combos. So you'll want to pay close attention to your opponent's preferences and avoid whiffing or shielding too much so you don't give him a grab. At kill percent, you'll also want to respect Joker's falling fair kill confirms, which work with or without Arsene, and when he has Arsene, dare kill confirms and back air are dangerous as well. You can play a bit more carefully versus Arsene, but keep in mind that hitting him will reduce the Rebellion meter with Arsene active. Some players will opt to wait on the respawn platform if Arsene is out as well. So once you win neutral and land a hit, how should you play advantage against Joker, and what options do you need to respect?
So Joker doesn't have super great get off me options. His best is probably Rebel's Guard. It's frame 3, but if you wait it out, then you could punish it. It's pretty risky though, so keep that in mind. The next best option though is Fair and Bear. It's not really impressive though, it's frame 7, so that's like his best get off me option, I guess. So I'd say you have to pressure him pretty hard and watch out for high jumps so he can't get into down guns.
Like Wishes said, Rebel's Guard is Joker's fastest combo breaker, but it's easily punishable if you wait it out, and the more advanced challenge of keeping Joker in disadvantage is dealing with his down guns to land.
So real quick, I'd just like to talk about down guns. A lot of people have trouble with this while fighting against Joker. They respect it way too much, and it definitely separates people who are good against Joker and people who are not. The two main ways of punishing it are, one, you either hit him while he's starting it up before he gets the down guns itself out, or two, you hit him from its side. This is the most common one, easier one. You just have to position yourself properly. People who are good at the matchup will always do one of, if not both of these things, and it makes it super difficult to land. Most good Jokers though will stop and try to throw out an aerial at the end, back air, fair, stuff like that. You can either try to hard read it with a parry or just respect it. It's somewhat hard to deal with unless he's drifting into you with an aerial, because back air is actually not as safe as you think, so you can shield grab it. But if he's drifting away, then you kind of have to respect it.
Now what if you hit Joker off stage? Can you edgeguard him?
Well, there's two situations, obviously depending if he has Arsene or not. If he does have Arsene, it's pretty easy for you to 2-frame him or hold ledge, time an aerial while he's rising. That kills him pretty early. All you have to do though is watch out for side B, because most Jokers they'll throw that out while they're recovering to get you off ledge or put you in a worse position. If he doesn't have Arsene though, it's a little trickier. You can obviously go down with an aerial and try to interrupt it, but the arc is something you have to be good at covering. But because of how low they can stall, it's pretty hard to cover. One important thing to keep in mind though is that after Joker uses grapple once in the air, as long as he doesn't touch the ground again, he loses the little hop, so his recovery becomes a lot worse. So I'd say go off and try to really capitalize if you can.
As Wishes pointed out, it can actually be easier to deal with Arsene up B than grappling hook, but do keep in mind that Arsene up B has intangibility frames in the beginning, so 2-framing or catching it higher up are your best bets. So if Joker makes it back to ledge, what can you do to keep him there and play the ledge trap game?
So he doesn't have anything super specially off ledge. There's just like a few niche mix-ups that you have to learn to deal with. One is gun dash from ledge. This is pretty reactive though, because he'll shoot the gun and then normally he'll slide into you. If he doesn't, then he'll have to re-grab ledge, and that's obviously you can punish that. But if he does dash into you, you just have to wait for him to get close. You could grab him or up smash out of shield. There's a good amount of lag, so it's not too hard to punish. He also has Rebel's Guard from ledge, but that's pretty self-explanatory to cover. You just have to wait for it to end and charge an F smash or something. One other thing he has is Fair from ledge, but something to note is that Fair from ledge becomes really inconsistent at higher percents. Like 9 times out of 10, the second hit will not connect. So it becomes like a riskier option to use at higher percents. But it's pretty much just basic ledge trapping. Try to cover jump because that'll be his main option. You want to go into down guns.
Now, what if Joker hits you? How should you attempt to DI, escape combos, and land?
Alright, so the biggest thing to remember is when you're getting comboed by Joker, DI away from the platforms. At all costs, get away from them. He gets a lot off these, longer drag down windows, up air to grapple combos, and all of that. If you're getting up air loops, or the up throw up air drag downs, STI also helps a lot with those. STI up makes it a lot harder for the Joker, because there's some timings where the drag down will be true and some where you'll be able to air dodge before you hit the ground. But while you're landing, focus on staying outside of his dash attack range after you get out of the combos. Know how far he bursts with it, and focus on staying outside of it, and you should be fine.
Exactly. Joker thrives on platform setups, and he also has lots of frame traps, so air dodging out of Joker's juggles will often just get you hit more. If the Joker you're fighting looks for lots of grapple extensions, you can also DI directly above him, as the grappling hook must shoot diagonally. What if Joker hits you off stage? How can you get around Joker's edge guarding most effectively?
So something a lot of players don't respect with Joker's edge guarding is just how quickly he can get into a specific situation. I think that's what makes his edge guarding so broken in general. He can cover a wide variety of angles just by positioning himself properly. But I'd say your best bet is conserving your resources and getting a feel for how deep the opponent's Joker will go. Because some Jokers will opt to stay on stage and ledge trap, while some will really go hard off stage with back air. This changes slightly with Arsem though, because now his back air is a little bit bigger, and you have to worry about drop zone down air, but all of it still really applies. Just think about how you'll recover, conserve your options, don't get lazy with it, and really just think.
Patience and awareness are indeed the key. Now, if you make it back, how can you get off the ledge against Joker?
So it depends on who it is, really. I think my ledge trapping with Joker is one of the strongest of the characters. It's really reactive, but some will just opt to spam back air. That's more common at lower level of play, or if somebody's nervous. But it's really all about timing and being patient on ledge. His only option to hit ledge is down tilt, but one, it's not really threatening, especially without Arsene. And two, you can react to it, get startup, and get back on for free. You can just roll past it. But all you have to be careful about is getting trumped. Remember to occasionally buffer an option, whether it be roll, neutral, get up, all that.
As Wishes noted, timing your options off ledge is always important. If you see the Joker's facing aerials, you can time an option to weave in between its hits, and if you expect a potential trump, be sure to buffer something immediately. So all of these are pretty general tips, but what specific characters do well against Joker?
So it's definitely rats that do well against Joker. It's by far his worst matchup. Nothing even comes close. Pichu and Pikachu. Leo just goes Lucina for them, but other than that, Inkling does pretty well, but I think everything else is around even. But one thing to note, Leo actually told me that Sonic might be Joker, so I guess it's something to keep in mind.
Interesting. And what stages should you counterpick versus Joker?
Alright, so yeah, it's all really player dependent and matchup dependent. I don't think Joker has like a bad stage, but some stages offer different pros and cons for both sides. So for example, if you aren't super good at like punishing down guns from its side, maybe you'd want to go to a stage like Battlefield where you could stand under platforms and punish it like that. The con to that though is that you'll get more extended combos on the platforms. Yeah, I'd say it's really just about figuring out what you personally want in the matchup and what you could struggle with and how the stage would benefit you personally.
Absolutely. So I wanted to give a huge thanks to you for helping out with this video, and I strongly encourage everyone watching to check out Wish's stream and follow his social media. Where can people find you, Wishes?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. It's all at Wish7S. I stream pretty much every day, so you can catch me there. I do viewer battles and stuff like that if you guys want to play me. So yeah.
Alright, thanks again to Wishes, and thank you all for watching. If you're interested in getting tips from the coach Wishes trusts himself, you can contact me for my private coaching options to take your game to the next level. Be sure to subscribe to Game 5 Smash and click the bell for more tech and tips.